There is no peace and no justice. It should have been 25 to 99.
The rage was immediate in the crowd watching the murder trial.
How many of us is it going to take before you understand that our lives matter?
Rage at a sentence of just 10 years.
10 years? 10 years of slap in the face.
But then, minutes later, Botham Jean's mother stepped up to the microphone wanting to talk about more than just the sentence.
The corruption that we saw during this process must stop. Amen. And it must stop for you. Amen. Because after now, I leave Dallas, but you live in Dallas. Yes. And it must stop for everyone.
In the trial, testimony of police body cameras turned off. Questions about Geiger getting preferential treatment, racist texts between Geiger and a fellow officer, and whether Geiger, in confronting Botham Jean in the first place, was following the proper training.
And if this was applied in the way that it ought to have been taught, my son would have been alive today.
What you saw and heard was disheartening.
Dallas Police Chief Renee Hall admitted the shooting and the trial have put her department in a very bad light. Today, she didn't offer specifics, but she did promise change.
What I can say is that the testimony that came out in this trial is not reflective of the men and women of the Dallas Police Department.
Chief Hall did say that an internal affairs investigation will be launched to dig into the allegations made during the trial.
I acknowledge that there are things that we need to change. There are areas of concern that we need to address, and I pledge that we will make those changes.
And as she leaves for her home in St. Lucia, where Botham Jean is buried, Allison Jean can only hope her son's sacrifice does bring change before another family like hers does this all over again.
Our life must move on. But our life must move on with change.
That's right. You gotta fight first.
There's gotta be a better day. And that better day starts with each and every one of us.
In Dallas, I'm Kevin Reese.
Call to action. A lot of you have asked us, what happens to Amber Geiger? Well, right now she's still in the Dallas County Jail, but after that she'll go to the prison in Huntsville. It'll take about a week to go through the intake process, and she'll be assigned to a unit. Now, Geiger will be eligible for parole in 5 years. A parole board would decide if she can get out early, but Botham Jean's family and other witnesses could testify for or against her.